pușcărie ce facem noi aici? Unișoara asta nu-i de joc.
This is not a horror movie. This is not a grotesque slasher disturbing nonsense. This is 4 luni, 3 săptămâni și 2 zile. Let me translate. 4 months, 3 weeks and 2 days is a 2007 Romanian drama film that I also happened to. If I say enjoy, does it make me a bad person? It is one of those films that, well, we've talked about Baskın before. This is something completely different, but much like Baskın, this also falls into this category of disturbing cinema. And I am here to share this little Romanian piece with you because, well, Romania is not a country that, you talk about a lot unless you're into vampires and all of that stuff then. But not many people even remember that Transylvania is located in Romania. Much like not many people do realize that Lady Dimitrescu is actually supposed to be pronounced Dimitrescu, not Dumitrescu. Capcom, what the fuck? Cristian Mungiu directed this piece of very realistic cinema that is supposedly the part of the so-called Romanian New Wave. There's not many films in that Romanian New Wave, but those that shine brighter, the brightest, those are indeed the ones that stay with you for a long time. Eastern European cinema in general, and well, if we dive deeper, then the Balkan cinematography, right? If we specify, it is a very different kind of cinema, especially if you are from the United States of America, then most likely you will find Eastern Europe to be excessive. Excessive in its tendency for depression. Set in communist Romania in late 1980s, the film follows Otilia and Gabita, 2 university students and roommates. Gabita is pregnant and wants an illegal abortion, a dangerous and criminal act under the Ceausescu regime, which had banned abortions to boost the population. Now, we're not going to talk about this in particular, this matter. My body, my rights. That's all I'm saying, and we will not discuss it further. Again, a political analyst would perhaps do the job better. I know there are reasons, but I am not interested in dissecting them here. I'm just here to speak about the movie, which, by the way, is amazing. Now, Otilia, being the good friend that she is, finds an abortionist, a person who does these things, and is willing to perform the deed on Gabita, and they rent this hotel room. We have the scene of an abortion in very horrid conditions. That poor woman. I mean, sure, disturbing in its own, and much like the very fact that abortions were illegal, that is disturbing as is. So, yeah, all of that is disturbing, but it's the vibe, the feeling, the feeling of helplessness, that you're there, you just live in this, this is not, I'm not just talking about the regime, it's just the way of life. It's just the vibe of it all. It is so depressive. Yes, there is some sexual exploitation before the job gets done. The procedure itself is very unsettling. Obviously, we're talking about realism here. Nothing is held back. And in overall, the film is not violent or graphic in a traditional sense, but it is profoundly disturbing on a psychological and moral level. There is this moral and existential weight to the movie, which is exactly what I've been speaking about before. This is the feeling that you carry with you throughout the entire movie. And I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people that, I myself suffer from depression. Most of us do these days. Come on, are you with me? By the way, side note, I'm not making fun of depression and I'm not making fun of people who suffer from it. After watching films such as this one, I tend to love life a bit more. Oh, yes. And sure, we could argue that that's because you and I live in a slightly more privileged world, right? But do we really? Without getting any deeper into the abyss, this movie and these sorts of movies either will make you sick to your stomach and depressed, or will, if you're like me, make you appreciate every wee bit of goodness that you have these days. And unfortunately, I notice that many people tend to, especially young people these days, tend not to be really grateful for the benefits that they do have, the privileges, the benefits. This is a very interesting subject, and sometimes I think that films such as this should be shown in public schools, for example. Why not? And not just, to show the dangers of such activities. Like, if you need to get an abortion, go get an abortion. But this is not the case. This is showing you the world that existed some time ago, where you have no right to say no, where you have to do certain things, and you are punished just for being the master of your own body. The film itself is shot in long, unbroken takes, which are very unusual, especially to all of you, my American viewers, but it kind of gives you this realistic feel to it. It has natural lighting, sometimes a little music, which forces viewers to stay in the moment and absorb the oppressive atmosphere. That's the description I was looking for now that I think of it. Oppressive atmosphere is exactly what you experience as a viewer. There's also the lack of overt emotion or relief, especially towards the end. And that makes the experience feel disturbingly real. Because obviously, after you get an abortion, you do not overreact or go yapping about it. Or, if you show an emotion after such an act, after such an ordeal, in our case, right? It's a wow. If you show it, if it was Hollywood doing this, for example, by the way, nothing against Hollywood, just saying, normally it would look something like this. Oh my god. Ah, it's done. I can't believe this. You see what I mean? Again, my acting is so, but you get the drift. You know where I'm heading with this. A bit over dramatic. Yeah, no, not here. Not with this movie, not with this vibe, not with this director. You get raw emotions, perhaps even stoic, I'd say. I'd argue. Kind of stoic. Like, as if these girls are doing this all the time, kind of. And that is unsettling. You expect to see reactions that are a bit dramatic, a bit hyped, that kind of, put a full stop there and conclude the story. But towards the end, all you get is this almost emotionless scene. Even when they dispose of the aborted child, the way it is done, it's done with such an eerie nonchalance, even. I don't even know how to put it correctly, because to some viewers it might seem like a cold-hearted act even, but you can read the emotions of the actresses, specifically when they finish and when they go to throw the thing into the rubbish. Basically, wow, this, you can see that the girl is distressed as all fuck. Distress is not shown in a form of an exaggerated emotion. This distress is shown through this powering through kind of like emotion. You know, I had this situation on my birthday hike in Scottish Highlands once. Me and my partner, we got sick, both of us. Either we caught a nasty flu or we just got a cold. I don't even know anymore. But it was nasty and we were sick. But we desperately needed to get from point A to point B, that we were powering through it. And that is the kind of an emotion I remember very vividly, that I can connect to the emotions these girls deliver to us in this particular film. And I think I know what they are feeling. Albeit I've never been in this situation myself, God forbid. But they are realistically just powering through these events and these situations. Like, you know, this needs to be done. And they're doing it. They're emotionless because, well, first and foremost, let's talk mentality for a second. We tend to be a little bit stingy when it comes to showcasing our emotions. Yeah, at the time. So, especially in those years, that era, if you look at other cinematography, it's kind of held back a bit. So what these girls are showing us emotionally might be unsettling to most viewers, but if you understand the mentality, maybe you won't even find it that disturbing. You find it, surprisingly and horrifyingly so, relatable. 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days is often described as one of the most emotionally devastating films ever made. Not because of gore or shock value, no, because of its unflinching portrayal of fear, control, and the loss of humanity under dictatorship. It's a powerful minimalist work that leaves viewers deeply uneasy. And that's exactly its intention. So if that sounded interesting to you, give this film a watch. It is truly a diamond in the rough when it comes to European cinema in general. And if you are looking for something, it is different on an emotional level. There is no shock, no gore in that sense. I mean, it's shocking at some points, but it's shocking in this calm and quiet way, which I find to be even more disturbing at the time. It's like in psychiatry, you know, which patient is easier to treat? An aggressive, violent patient, or a calm and quiet one, seemingly calm patient? Well, it's easier to treat the aggressive one because all of the symptoms and behavioral patterns are laid out for you. They're visible, they're on display. When it comes to the quiet patients, well, this movie is this quiet patient. Explore at your own peril. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and give this video a boost in the form of an erect thumb. And also, I need to mention that for now I'm calling these little disturbing movie exploration bits movie moment. Not because of a particular moment in a movie, but because this is a moment for you and me to sit down and talk briefly about some uncanny cinema that so far I recommend. So yeah, don't expect any vomit gore trilogies or necromantics or shit like that. There's also disturbing versus disgusting aspect. So no, I'm not interested in bodily fluids on my screen. Thank you very much. That sounded bad on so many levels. So I thank you once again, and take care of yourselves and your loved ones, ladies and gents. I'll see you all as soon as possible. Goodbye.